Hello my friends, hello, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time or if this is not your first time here but you're not a subscriber, just go right ahead and subscribe because I'm going to be sharing so much good information on locks and nursing, and you don't want to miss that. So hit the notification bell, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell and make sure that you don't miss out on any of this good information. But thank you so much for coming and watching this video. Welcome back if this is not your first time. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit about first year having Sisterlocks. So as some of you may know, I have had my Sisterlocks for a little over a year, about 14 months or so, and I have learned quite a bit, a few things over the past year, and I just wanted to share with you guys. For those of you who are behind me in the journey or who are just considering, these are things that you should know about. Even if you're ahead of me in the journey and maybe you have, some valuable information for me, because I definitely am new to it, and so I don't know everything for sure, and so I would welcome any more advice, recommendations, whatever, dealing with my locks. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about what I have learned in the last 14 months. The first thing I want to talk about is slippage. Now, if you don't know what slippage is, it's basically having the locks unravel in between your retightenings. And slippage is so normal. I used to stress out so much in the beginning whenever I would see some of my locks unraveling, especially around the perimeter. And that's where you're going to see most of your slippage, on the perimeter, on the front, around your edges, and then in the back. Because why? The hair is shorter, and so it doesn't hold the lock, the interlocking or double strand twist, whatever it is that you're doing with your Sisterlocks or Microlocks. It doesn't hold it as well, and so you will see the hair just come undone around the front and the back. That's where I still see most of my slippage, and that's normal. And when you go back to your retightenings, your loctician is gonna fix it. It's gonna be fine. In the beginning, my hair would be completely loose in between, before I went for my retightenings, completely loose, because everything back there had just unraveled. But now I'm going to show you guys. It's still short because I had some hair loss back there after my last stint with cornrows before I went and got my Sisterlocks installed. So there was some hair loss. So the hair back there is short, but there was no hair back there, but it has grown so much. So these have locked. Those have locked for some reason. The ones in the back, they have locked. I don't see any more slippage back there anymore. And I think that obviously that's because they've locked. The ones in the front, I still see like a few that still come undone, but as they're getting longer, it's getting harder and harder for them to unravel. And so, but at 14 months, I still see slippage. So that's normal. It's normal. Don't freak out if you see that your hair is unraveling, because when you go to your retie, your loctician's gonna fix it. The thing that goes along with the slippage is if you are an exerciser, somebody that works out regularly, and obviously you sweat in your head a lot, or if you are a swimmer, what I would highly suggest and highly recommend is that you braid and band your hair before you do any of those things. Definitely with the swimming, you have to braid and band your hair, or else it'll all come unraveled. Especially during that time when when your hair has not locked yet. If your hair is not locked, the moisture is just going to do it. And so if you exercise a lot, I would suggest that you braid and band. And if you swim or if you do anything at all that puts lots of moisture in your hair, I would say braid and band so that you don't have so much slippage. And because if you have a lot of slippage, whenever you go for your retie is going to be so much more expensive, because your loctician is going to have to spend so much more time trying to fix all the damage. And you don't want to spend extra money that you don't have to, right? So braid and band if you do a lot of things that involve moisture to your head. The second thing that I want to mention that I have observed in this last year is the shrinkage. My goodness. Everywhere that all the forums and stuff that I joined on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, people are always talking about the shrinkage, and I was like, oh, shrinkage, whatever. Whatever. I am like baffled by the shrinkage. My hair still hasn't fallen. Like I said, it's 14 months. It still hasn't fallen. I still don't see really like the full length of it unless I do a braid out. Otherwise, like it just shrinks right back up, and it looks like I have about 3 inches of hair when I have about 11. So it is a real thing, and don't be distressed. I know we want our hair to be long and flowy right from the beginning, but it's just not going to be. Again, it's a process that you just have to be patient with. And they say, you know, usually you start to really see some length at the 2-year mark. I imagine everybody's different. I still feel like I don't see it as much. I mean, I can definitely see a difference between now and when I got installed, but I feel like there's like more length coming, and the shrinkage doesn't allow you to see that. But it's okay, because your hair is still gorgeous, and just give it time, and once it drops and it gets to look exactly how you want it to, you're just gonna be living life. It's gonna be the best. And so just be patient. The shrinkage does go away. It does go away. Next thing I wanted to talk about was, so my hair is pretty fine. I have like medium density maybe, but I have like pretty fine hair. My hair is, I don't know, maybe like medium thickness or so, because when I had loose natural hair, like I could not get a comb through it easily. So maybe not fine hair, maybe like medium thickness or something like that. But right after my install was done, my locks were very, very thin. I was like, oh, I'm gonna need these to fill out like quickly. And they do. I definitely see a lot more thickness. I wanted my locks small, so you'll see that these are pretty small, so they're still pretty thin. But I know that I'm gonna get a lot more thickness as the months and the years go by. But don't worry if the size of the lock is not what you want it to be, because they're going to mature. After they're mature, that's when you're going to see the true size of the lock. And from what I've heard is that the lock becomes as big as the part, as like how big the part is that they use to make the lock. And so that's kind of like a way to gauge that, if you are wondering how big your locks are going to look like. So don't worry if you don't like the size of your locks, because they will mature and they will thicken up, and they will mature, and they probably will look exactly how you want them to look. This next one has been a struggle for me, because I was like, oh yeah, my hair is gonna lock right away, and then I'm gonna be able to do everything that I want to do. No, my hair is 14 months out, and my hair still has not locked. If I get close enough, I don't know if I can get close enough so you guys can see. My camera's kind of blurry, but yeah, you can't see. They're too small, but you can still see the interlocking pattern, and you're not supposed to be able to see that if your hair is locked. And so I know that mine has not. There, like I showed you before, there are some in the back that have locked, but none up here in my crown have locked for sure. And I am still patient waiting, because unless they've locked, then I can't go swimming. I can't, unless I braid and bend, but I don't really want to do that. I just want to be free, but my hair still has not locked, and everybody's time frame is different. And there's some people, I've seen some people, right at 3 months, they're like, oh, my hair is already locking, all this stuff. I'm like, mine hasn't locked. Mine hasn't even begun to lock. Like, I don't even see budding. There's nothing. And I think that it's also because the locks are so small. And I think part of it might also because I wash them so infrequently. I only wash them when I go to my reties, which I am changing now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wash them every 2 weeks, even while at home, before my reties, because my electrician usually does my washes, but I'm going to start to wash them in between the time that I go see her, because I read somewhere that washing helps the locking process go faster. So maybe that's what I need to be doing. And so I'm going to be doing that and seeing if that helps speed up the process a little bit, because my hair is still not locked. And look at me so sad. I want it to lock so that I can like truly call myself locked. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm still locked, but I just really want my hair to lock, and it just still hasn't. But like I said, I'm going to start washing more often to see if that helps. Last thing I wanted to mention was that lint and frizz are going to follow you. They're going to find you. The lint is going to find you and enter your head. I have so much lint in my hair, and I've read about these ACV washes, apple cider vinegar washes and stuff that I've yet to try. I'm going to try that and see if it helps remove some of the lint, because I definitely have a lot of lint in my hair. And it's also because I haven't been really good at wearing a bonnet or wearing something to cover my head at night, or sleeping on a satin pillowcase. I haven't been very good about that. That's probably my own fault, but that's fine. I am going to try the ACV wash and to see if that helps with the lint. But all that to say, very, very important, you know, don't rub your hair against something, you know, anything that's not cotton. I'm sorry, not cotton, not satin. You want satin, so get a satin bonnet, get a satin pillowcase if you don't like bonnets, just so you can, that's where you lay your head and your hair is not irritated by the rough fibers, because satin is so soft, and that's what our natural hair does the best with. So cover it, wear a bonnet, sleep on a satin pillowcase, so that you don't end up with frizz or lots of lint. That is it. I hope this video helped somebody. It definitely would have helped me if I'd seen, I wouldn't have freaked out about the slippage so much, or my hair locking quite as much, if I knew that, you know, it really just depends on the person. And slippage is normal. That's totally normal. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this was helpful. Please like this video, comment on it, leave me whatever questions, comments, whatever. And don't forget to hit subscribe, because you don't want to miss any of this good stuff, right? Hit the notification bell also, and I will see you next time. Bye.